Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Meddling Students September webinar. My name is Dana, and I'm an expert academic advisor here at Meddling Students. I'm so excited to welcome you tonight to see such a huge number of students joining us. Each one of you here is here because you're thinking about how to take the next step towards achieving your dream of becoming a doctor or a dentist. And you're exactly in the right place. By the end of this webinar, you'll feel confident and informed that you know what you'll do as your next step, or what's the first step you need to take towards achieving a dream of becoming a doctor or a dentist. So stay with us. Tonight, you'll hear from our experts about how applications in Europe work, and from guest speakers representing some of the most popular international medical schools that we work with. And most of you here are preparing for 2025 entry. So now is the time to decide where your best opportunities are. So we'll talk about why going abroad is many students' plan A in the first place, and how can meddling students help you through this journey. With deadlines approaching and coming soon, this webinar will give you all the tools and options you need, whether your goal is medicine, dentistry, or even pharmacy. We'll end with a live Q&A where you can ask us anything, big or small. So, who we're meeting tonight? As I said, I'm Dana, an expert academic advisor at Meddling Students. We also have my colleague Jasmina, an academic advisor like me, and my colleague Miguel. He's a senior admission expert and will walk you through how the application process works. A few special guests from top universities and the Caribbean specifically, and Europe. So we're talking about medical schools that are the most common places where students go. They will be joining us. They will be telling us more about their universities. We have with us Professor Iya from TMA in Georgia and Dr. Tamara from UHSA in the Caribbean. We also hear from Abdul, who's currently a dentistry student at Western Balkans University in Tirana in Albania. We'll start with more about who we are and what we do here at Meddling Students. But before we do so, for each of you who wants to download the presentation slides, please scan the QR code in front of you to get your own copy. And by the way, we've got a special offer for everyone attending tonight. I'll tell you more about it at the end, so make sure you'll stay till then. To kick things off properly, I'd like to introduce someone who knows exactly what this journey is like. Jasmine from Meddling Students team. She's going to share our story and how we help students like you take each step towards your dream career.
Hi everyone, it's great to see so many of you here. I know most of you here are just beginning your journey or are still wondering what's the next move. Every journey begins with a single step, and for many students, that step starts right here. At Meddling Students, we understand the journey to becoming a doctor or dentist because many of us have lived it. Our team was founded by doctors and dentists who was once were exactly where you are now, passionate about medicine, but facing competitive system that feels overwhelming and sometimes unfair. We've been throughout the stress of exams and rejections and the tough decision of whether to take a gap year. That experience is what inspires the creation of Meddling Students. To give others clearer, more supportive path into medicine because no one should have to go through it alone. So we've done the research for you and partnered with some of the top medical universities across Europe and the Caribbean. Schools that teaches in English, are internationally recognized, and that offer a more accessible and affordable route to becoming a healthcare professional. Our goal is to make your journey smoother, really rewarding, and yes, even fun. We have a team of advisors like me and Dana who are always ready to have a call with you and see where your qualification gives you the best chance and also help you choose a university that would be the perfect fit for you based on your priorities. From there, our team of admission experts works with you to handle all the paperwork to make sure we create a very strong competitive file for you to secure your admission at the university of choice. Finally, the team of dedicated on-ground support is there for you from the moment you land. You'll pick you up at the airport, help you find the right accommodation, and make sure you feel at home as you settle into your new daily life. And will continue to be your side throughout your stay all the way until your graduation. So, what actually makes Meddling Students different is the people. We are not just a company helping with applications. We are a team made up of doctors, advisors, and support staff, many of whom have studied abroad themselves. So we know every challenge personally and professionally, and we can help you at every step. We've helped more than 15,000 students already, and more future doctors now go abroad to study medicine. So this path is no longer plan B, it's a plan A. And the best part? You won't be taking this journey alone. Dana, you know exactly what that feels like, don't you?
Yes, there are many benefits to going abroad for your medical education, but I'd love to hear what your reasons are for going abroad before I tell you more. You'll see a quick poll pop up on your screen now. Go ahead and select the options that best reflect your motivation for studying abroad, even if you're still just thinking about it. So, after speaking to hundreds of my own students and hearing their stories when they go abroad, they share with me what they are enjoying there. One of the biggest advantages of going abroad is the affordable fees, in addition to the high standard of education. We'll talk about this in a bit. Also, amongst the pros is having an international environment where you get to meet students from all over the world. And the flexible admission requirements, of course, are an important factor too, especially for those with different academic backgrounds. We have students who don't have straight A's, for example, and they ask us if they can get in. It's a matter of strategic choices in such a case, and whatever you have in high school, we're able to get you in. The courses will be fully taught in English and fully recognized globally. That allows you to return home and practice in your home country. Another advantage is the variety. Students usually ask, can I apply to more than one university? The answer is yes. Plus, the universities we work with have very modern facilities, so they're very well established too. So you get to enjoy your studies in a new, beautiful country on a modern campus and receive the best training. But let me tell you something that surprises a lot of people. Every year, more and more students from the UK and from places like Ireland, Nigeria, the US, even Australia are going abroad to study medicine. And they're not just giving it a try, they're actually doing it. They're graduating and they're coming back to become fully licensed doctors in their home countries. In fact, if you look at the numbers from the GMC, more than half of the new doctors registering in the UK earned their degree outside of the country. I know that might sound wild at first, but this has become a very real proven route, and here's why so many students are choosing it. The admission process is more flexible. Tuition fees are often much lower than in the UK. The programs are taught completely in English, and the degrees lead to the same careers you'd expect from a UK university. So, no, this isn't a backup plan. It's not a risky option. It's a smart one and it's working. And if you're serious about medicine or dentistry, it might just work for you too. So, let's say you've decided to study medicine abroad. What can students expect? Jasmine?
Most universities offer a 6-year program and it's split into two big parts. The first half, this is where you learn the science. You study things like anatomy, physiology, pathology, biochemistry, all the stuff that forms the foundation of medicine. Then in the second half, you move into hospitals and clinics. That's where you work with the real patients alongside real doctors and start learning how to treat people face to face. And at the end, you graduate with the title Doctor of Medicine MD, which is a qualification that's recognized not just in Europe, but in UK and around the world. And don't worry, every part of the program is taught in English. That's standards with all the schools that we are working with. The structure is similar for dentistry, but with a few key differences. Most dental programs last 5 to 6 years, and they're also split into two main parts. In the preclinical phase, you learn the science of dentistry plus how to use the tools. You work on simulators and models, building up the skills you use with patients. Then, in the clinical phase, you start treating real patients with supervision from qualified professionals. By the time you graduated, you'll walk away with either the Doctor of Dental Medicine DMD or Doctor of Dentistry DDS degree. Both are fully recognized in UK and across Europe, and just like medicine, everything is taught in English. You'll have early hands-on experience, smaller class sizes, and training that really sets you up for success. If you already have a degree in science, you might be thinking, do I really need to start from the beginning? Actually, you don't. That's what graduate entry is for. It's a shorter, faster track, usually around 4 years, and it's designed for students who've already studied something like biomedical science, biochemistry, nursing, physiotherapy. The pace is quicker and the content is intense, but it's a great option if you already built that academical foundation and you're ready to jump into medicine or dentistry. A lot of our students go this route because it saves time and gets them into the field faster without cutting corners on quality or recognition. Now, not everyone takes a straight path throughout their degrees, and sometimes changing directions is exactly the right move. So, what happens when students have change of heart, Tana?
Well, it's true that not everyone starts and finishes their degree in the same place. In many cases, transferring can be the best solution. A lot of times, students approach us and tell us that they would like to transfer to a different university to continue their studies. And it could be any reason, like the student's not happy at the university. They have chosen a university that didn't meet all their priorities or criteria. Or maybe the location is not what they expected, and so on. The majority of students here with us tonight are students looking into first year entry in October 2026 or 2025. However, we still get students who approach us to transfer. In case you're one of these students, then I want to reassure you that it is possible to transfer. Now, transfers are recommended up to year three, and subject recognition is very important when looking to change schools. So, I do recommend you to contact one of our expert advisors to check your qualifications and advise you which university would be the best for you. Now, another common question I get from students is how much is it going to cost me to study abroad or to go abroad? So, let me go over the living costs and the tuition fees in Europe. Going abroad is a big step and a big commitment. And the good news here is that whatever your budget is, we are able to help you study at one of the top universities with very reasonable fees that suit your budget. When we talk about the fees with students, I often get asked if a university has higher tuition fees, does that mean it has better quality of education? The answer is no. Tuition fees are related to the local economy of the country that the university is located in. As you see on the screen, we have a list of countries where you can see the tuition fees per year, where the fees range between 4,000 a year, 4,000 euros a year, and can go up to 30,000 euros a year. And on the other side, you can see the living expenses per month. Whatever your budget is, don't worry. We are able to help you study at the top university without having any financial burden on you or your family, and you can achieve your dream and become a phenomenal doctor. Now, next up, we will discuss what the admission requirements are and how we help you. I want to bring in one of our admission specialists, Miguel, who knows the process best. Miguel?
Hello, Dana. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can see you.
Oh, perfect. Hello, everyone. My name is Miguel, and I'm part of the admissions team here at Meddling Students. Today marks the beginning of an exciting journey for all of you, and I'm excited to be here to share what we do and how we can help you to achieve your dreams. Now, let's go over what you need to get started. The main thing you need is a high school diploma or an equivalent of this from your country's educational system. Now, the European universities are known for their academic excellence, and as such, they require that the candidates have a strong background in the basic sciences such as chemistry, physics, maths, and biology. But if you don't have these, don't worry. There are plenty of universities that will give you equal opportunities, and you can go to them. And if you require, for example, if English is not your first language, you may be required to submit an English language proficiency certificate. This is mainly so that you can engage with your studies as well as with your colleagues. But don't worry, the team will be here to find you the university that best suits you. Just know that you are not going on this journey alone. Our dedicated team of admissions agents will be here to support you throughout every step of the way. We'll be providing you with exam revision material to prepare you for the entrance exam. Now, the entrance exams may vary in format. You'll have some entrance exams that will be multiple choice. You'll have other exams that will be open-ended, or others will be a mixture of both. But whatever comes your way, we'll be here to prepare you. And if all interviews are also part of the process itself, the team will help you to equip you with the confidence that you need in order to shine. We'll also help you with translating, certifying, as well as legalizing your documents to ensure that the application process goes as smooth as possible and you get the acceptance letter from your dream university. Now, what makes us different as Medlink students is our continuous communication with the university, which allows you to always be in the loop of what's happening with your application. We not only support you before, but also during as well as after you have gotten your acceptance letter as well. We understand that this is a huge step for you, and we are committed to be here to support you throughout every step of the way. I am looking forward to be speaking with you and handing you that acceptance letter.
So at this point, you're probably wondering, okay, but where can I actually go? It's a fair question. Every year we support thousands of applicants and some university really stands out, not just because they are well known, but because they constantly deliver results. These are the schools that offer globally recognized degrees, courses taught entirely in English, and supportive environment for international students to really thrive. They're popular for a reason. They've helped students from all walks of life start successful careers in medicine and dentistry. So let's take a look at what meddling students have been going this year. As you can see, Georgia, Latvia, Bulgaria, Hungary, Czech, Poland, and even the Caribbean are the most frequently selected destinations. Each of those countries is great choice with many great med schools, and tonight we'll show you some of them. Over the next few slides, we are going to spotlight some of the most in-demand schools with insights from their representatives and students who are study there right now. So if a name catches your eye, pay close attention. It could be the place you start your journey. Let's go to Georgia first. Dana?
Thank you, Jasmine, and thank you, Miguel. One of the most popular universities for our students is in Georgia, Petre Shotadze Tbilisi Medical Academy, or TMA for short. It's in the capital, Tbilisi. At TMA, you can study medicine entirely in English and get a globally recognized degree to practice in the UK, Europe, or somewhere else. The tuition fees are about 6,000 euros a year, and the cost of living are also very affordable, around 600 euros a month. There is no entrance exam or interview at TMA, but you will have to submit a persuasive personal statement to apply. We have with us today Professor Iya, who will tell us more about TMA and what it offers and what sets it apart. Professor Iya, are you with us?
Yes, thank you very much, Dana. It's my pleasure to participate in your webinars as usually. So I would like to pass my salutations to all your future applicants and maybe students of Tbilisi Medical Academy too. I'm thrilled and honored to present my university. Tbilisi Medical Academy is the first private medical school in Georgia, which has already experience of 35 years teaching English medium faculty of students, and currently thousands and thousands of students and alumni of TMA are working currently all over the globe. I would like to present to you this kind of ranking. We are very proud of this ranking. This is the results of this year when the TMA appeared in top 3 universities, highly ranked and selected by the best Georgian students. I would like to say are not the ranking of medical universities. This is all universities, including technical universities and other faculties. So TMA is on the 3rd position. This means that we are very popular among Georgian students, but not only among Georgian students. We are having thousands of students coming from different parts of the world. We are having hundreds of students coming from United Kingdom, from USA, from Canada, Australia, New Zealand, of course, Europe, of course, Asia, many GCC countries. We are covering Africa and many countries. And TMA is very popular among them. So why TMA? Why we dare to advise you to come at TMA? Because of many reasons. One of them that we are really genuine student-oriented approach. We have university when we're keen of developing all the capacities of the students in all directions. We have many clubs. We have many possibilities to enrich and give you education in different directions. We have adopted all the modern trends of education, medical education, assessment or learning, teaching, etc. So we are having case-based learning, team-based learning. We are having the growth-oriented tests. We have portfolio. We have all the modern assessment methods like OSCE, OSPI, etc. So this is what all the students can see and feel at the university. We do motivate students to study well. For this, we have scholarships. Every student who is getting high scholarship and is active socially, they can apply for scholarship, which will be $1,000 discount per semester. And if you are doing very well for 2 consecutive semesters, you can get even $2,000 discount. Outside this, we are very popular. We are having many exchange programs. We are very popular in this regard too. Every year, we are sending hundreds of students in different international medical schools, our partner universities. We are sending them either for 1 month fellowship where they can observe clinical summer rotations and summer clerkships, or they can spend 1 semester and universities providing either scholarships for them, for those who are doing for example, 5 months school semester, or for those who are doing 1 month clerkship. For example, we have 5 partner universities in Turkey. We are covering all the transportation fees, accommodation fees, of course, trainings are free, etc. So this is very good motivation for students to study very well at Tbilisi Medical Academy. There is a lot of more to say about this, but I know that you have students from TMA here, so I would like to listen to them too. And of course, I'm ready to answer any questions coming from your students. So welcome at TMA, please, dear, and come. We still have some places left, and see you in Georgia. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Iya. I do have some students interested to know more about the practicals and what opportunities you offer when they start doing practicals. Can you tell us more about that?
Of course, sure. So first of all, we have very early clinical approach. It means already from the very first year, students are going to different outpatient clinics or hospitals where they are already speaking with patients. They are teaching communication skills. We have very interesting program called SP patients who are coming at university. So real patients sometimes are coming and talking about their diseases. For the first year students, of course, they can't make examinations yet, but they are speaking with patients. They're studying the communication skills. Of course, doctors are there, teachers are there. So together with them, they learn how to speak with patients, how not to speak, how to examine, how not to examine, etc. And later, from the third year, so first 3 years are called so-called basic scientific subjects, which are prerequisites later to have clinical trainings. Clinical trainings are starting mainly from the third year. Me, myself, I'm teaching diagnostics. I'm professor of cardiology. And already from third year, we are teaching students diagnostics, how to do inspection, palpation, percussion, auscultation, etc. And this knowledge later they will use for sure on other years, like on the 4th year, 5th year, 6 years. Later, I'm teaching them cardiology too. So this basic knowledge is later adopted. On the final year are mainly clinical rotations and internships. So they are doing big subjects. So whole year, there are no more lectures, and they're studying either surgery, internal medicine, gynecology, pediatrics, etc. I want to tell you that we are very proud that from this year we have implemented completely lecture-free curriculum. So there are no more lectures, which was considered to be boring for many students. So there's so many types of teaching methods adopted by TMA staffs, and we're having a very nice protocols now. Like it's called take a break. So every 15 minutes, students are having a break for 2 or 3 minutes, and just encouraging to discuss and develop these issues among them. There's like snowball methods when they're involved in different kinds of very interesting discussions. I mentioned already clinical reasoning, etc. So there are so many modern trends of like education. This is really very funny and very interesting for not only students but even for professors to teach at TMA. We are very proud of this. Are there any other questions, Dan? Yeah.
It's quite amazing. I hear from our students that are already studying in TMA, they are enjoying a lot the hands-on experience that you're offering at such an early stage of the degree.
And lecture-free curriculums are really innovation in Georgia. I don't see any other university who is doing some in 100% lecture-free curriculum we have adopted. So it's very interesting challenge for all of us.
Yes, but you are doing great. Students are loving it, and they're calling their friends to come. Like I get a lot of students who tell me my friends at TMA, they're very happy. They told us it's a great option. So
we're very happy to hear this, Dana. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's encouragement for us. Thank you.
And since I have you here, I'd like you to tell students or our guests today more about your student communities, because we also hear from our students a lot about your student communities and the nice experience they have at the university.
Thank you very much. As I told you, we have very international families. So there are students from 38 countries, even more now this year. We have to accept it even more from other countries. Of course, they are all English, fluently talking in English, and but still there are some cultural differences they would like to show to each other. For this, we are organizing, for example, food festivals, where each community can cook their specific particular dish and share with their friends. We are having many clubs. So there can be scientific clubs, like for example, Dentistry club, there's cardiology club, there are many sport clubs, there's art clubs, and we are very active socially. So we are helping many like orphanage and other structures in Georgia. We're helping some dogs. There are many street dogs, and so there are many social events for them. So we want them to be very conscious doctors and those who care about society, about old people, like homeless people. So we are trying to develop these empathies among them and involve them in social activities too, not only cultural and not only academic ones.
Well, thank you very much for the insights, Professor Iya. It's a pleasure to have you, as always.
Thank you very much. Goodbye. Have a nice webinar.
Thank you. So the next student intake at TMA is in October, and admissions will be closing soon. So this is the time to reach out to us. If you can picture yourself at TMA, book your consultation tonight, and we'll walk you through the exact next steps to apply. Now, moving on from TMA in Georgia, another very popular option for our students is the Caribbean, particularly Antigua. The University of Health Sciences is here in Antigua, and it offers a unique experience where, because of the location and also the high standard of education, it's an internationally recognized university. It's one of our most popular options. UHSA offers 2 programs in English, medicine and pre-med. We have an exclusive scholarship for meddling students, which will drastically reduce your tuition fees. So even if your budget is a little lower, you can still become a doctor at this university and practice abroad like many UHSA alumni in the UK, US, Africa, and beyond. Today we have with us Dr. Tamara to tell us more about UHSA. So I'm not going to say more about it. I'll let Dr. Tamara tell us more about her university, what makes it stand out, why you should study there. Dr. Tamara?
Good evening. Thank you, Donna. Or Dana, sorry. All right. So as Dana mentioned, we are in the Caribbean, and I gotta tell you, the weather in winter is definitely different than it is over in the UK and Europe. Although right now I'm in Florida and the constant heat, yeah, I think I would take your winters. Anyway, I am the Associate Dean of Pre-Medical Sciences at UHSA, and I'm really happy to report that we ended up with a huge incoming pre-med and MD1 class this year or this term, and I'm really excited for the relationship that we have with MedLink. They are of great help to us and help to the students. So a really quick brief overview. If you have completed high school, finished your A levels, we will take you automatically into the pre-medical program. It is a 1-year, very intensive pre-medical program. And the reason that it is intensive is because there are 90 credits we run off of the US system. So we don't have an MBBS program, meaning that you have to have 90 credits of undergraduate work before you can go into the MD program. So in the United States, you could apply after 90 credits to any medical school in the United States and you would not get in because everybody usually has a degree. But to go to the MD programs in the Caribbean, you're able to take that 90 credits. So we created a pre-med program that is 30 credits per term, and it's 3 terms. And when I say intense, there is a 1-week break in between the terms so that you are able to get to the MD program as quickly as possible. These courses, if you are able to pass all the courses with an overall 70%, you are automatically matriculated into the MD program. And there's not an entrance exam, there's not a test, there's no sort of big examination or interview that you need to do with this. So once you get to the MD program, it works out to be about 1.5 years, not quite 2 years on the island of Antigua. And it is amazing. It is beautiful. The beaches are magnificent and I miss them. But we just got a new Associate Dean of Basic Sciences, Dr. Francesca Jack, and she has been doing a lot of good work to help the students down there and help increase the services that we have. We are a small medical school. We are the second oldest medical school in the Caribbean. We've been open since the 80s, and we are what we call a boutique medical school. So we don't have classes of 100 and 200 students, but we have family down there. And we are able to help build the bond, not just between the students, but the faculty and the staff know who each student is individually also. We are able to, we are setting up the specialized patient unit. We have the building all set up. Dr. Jack has been using a lot of the students to help teach the clinicals, and you are learning right from day 1 how to take blood pressures, actually from term 2, how to take blood pressures and listen to the cardio sounds. So I have been with university. It'll be 6 years next month. That's a lot, but I love it there. And I love the students. I love the friendships and the closeness that they have. And we have students who are practicing in the UK, the United States, and Canada, down in Africa. And we are able to help them all with their clinical rotations in those scenarios also. We have 2 paths. We have a UK pathway and we have a US pathway. The biggest difference right away is if you go the US pathway, it's the full fee and the full tuition. And we do have some MedLink students that have opted for that. With that, you will take the USMLE steps 1 and 2 so that you can go into a US residency. If you know that you want to go back to the UK or another country in Europe or Africa, then you would do the UK pathway. And that one, as Dana said, that is an immense tuition discount that you guys get. And so with that, you do not take step 1 and 2 of the USMLE, but that does also mean that you sign a waiver so that we will not be signing off on you to take the USMLE later on down the road. So you just think of your options for how it will be. The United States does not allow anyone to practice in the United States if they have not done the USMLE steps. So if that is your plan, then you need to make sure that you state the US program. So we would love to have you guys down there. We look forward to when MedLink students come, and we have cousins down there. We have we have sisters down there, friends. It's a lot of fun. I have a pre-med student. The pre-med program is 100% online. You can stay at home and you don't have to go down until you go into the MD program, which saves some money. But I have one pre-med student who chose to move down to the island because her cousin was in the MD program. I have another girl that just started in the MD program, and her sister is starting in the pre-med program, so she can join her down there in a year. So when I say it's family, it's literally there's family down there. So that is really exciting. And we hope to see you guys there. We have 3 entries per year. January, May, and September. So while we are already in the September term, January is right around the corner, and we would love to see you there. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Tamara. And since I have you here, can I ask you a little bit more? Because I'm sure all the students have seen the amazing pictures of the island and how beautiful it is, especially the beaches. But can you tell us a little bit more about the extracurricular activities that the university arranges for students?
Yeah, so we do have student government, and they work together with the students to make sure that the faculty is aware of their needs. And so we work with them. They also have, and so each term has a representative out of that class that they have student government. Also, one of the students has worked with the community to set up I think they are playing rugby down there. And yeah, and so they're playing rugby. I know that some of the students have gone and volunteered with what I would call the Red Cross, the local. I mean, it's not a gigantic island, and people boat everywhere, and they have a lot of yacht. There's a huge yacht culture that shows up around November, and I have never seen boats this big in my whole life. When we first moved there and we went down to the yacht club, which we are close to, our campus is close to there, and I mean yachts with like 2 helicopters on it. So I've never seen anything like that. But people go out, boats have accidents, and I know that our students have gone out with the rescue team to help and assist however they can in observerships and being able to do what they can there. We're also looking at reopening our free clinic for the community. So that is a process that administration is working on. So those are probably the biggest things that I know of. I personally am the beach person. I hate the thought of having to get everything ready to go down there, but once I'm in that water, it's hard for me to get out. No matter if everybody's burning and I'm like, no, I just need 5 more minutes. So I encourage everybody, you have to go to the beaches. That's just a must, but you need to remember that focusing on your studies is the reason that you're there. So even though there are a lot of extracurricular things, as with any other university, medical, dental, whatever, make sure that you remember that you are there to study, and the other things are just the extra fun.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Tamara, for joining us today, telling us all
Thank you.
about the university and how beautiful the island is.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. So, beyond its exciting location, UHSA offers a unique study atmosphere. And even if your academic journey has been a little different, you can catch up with the pre-med program. Plus, at UHSA, scholarships are available exclusively through MedLink students. So for those who are looking to start your studies in the next intake, book your free consultation and we'll check your eligibility. As Dr. Tamara said, our next intake is in January. Okay, let's head back to Europe for another student's top choice. We're also proud to partner with Western Balkans University in Tirana, Albania. It's a growing hub for international medical education in the Balkans, offering programs taught in English with a strong focus on clinical skills and personalized student support. With a super modern campus and a big network of healthcare facilities, WBU offers internationally recognized degrees in pharmacy, dentistry, and of course, medicine. The living costs in Tirana are very budget friendly and just about 500 euros a month. So if you're looking for a more price conscious option, WBU might be the right choice for you. Now, the next student intake in Western Balkans is in October. So there's still some time left to apply. Get in touch and we'll help you to put your application together and prepare you for the entrance exam. Now, we have with us Abdul, who's a dentistry student at WBU. He is here to share more about what makes Western Balkans University an exciting choice for students looking to study medicine in this region. Abdul?
Hello, everybody. Good evening. Hope everyone is okay.
Good
How are you, Dana? Hope you're okay.
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
Fantastic. So can you tell us more about your experience, Abdul? I know that you're studying at the university dentistry, but can you tell us more about your experience?
Of course, yeah. Well, so far the experience has been fantastic. I just finished completing my first year in Western Balkans University, heading into the second year now. And overall, the university experience has been great. The university life, and especially the life in Tirana, where the university is located, it's also very friendly. I recommend everyone to go there, even not to study, even just to um, visit the area there. The university is very friendly, and as you can see, we have a lot of labs and a lot of students from different ethnicities. With the university is very inclusive, and studying there is just a very great experience, considering that the university really enjoys extracurricular activities, and they treat you as future colleagues. They don't really treat you much as students, they treat you as family and future colleagues. The professors, the staff, they're all very friendly, which really helped me in my process as well. Too bad I have a friend who's not available today. He's called Sefer. He's head of international admissions at Western Balkans University. But what I was gonna say is that the university life very friendly, and staff like him just help you accelerate in your university life, especially one of the these pictures here, if you can see, these are all different new dentistry labs and new labs that were processed this year, because this university is considerably quite new, but however that makes it a lot better because they really focus on new students such as yourselves, because they really want the best for everybody. Considering that they're new, they want to become more famous and they want students to be well recognized in the future. So that's really what helps in my experience, because the support, the amount of support, um, the amount of help that they help you throughout the year, and also the activities that they include you in. Like for example, in the beginning of the year, every student, including myself, we have to include ourselves into two separate clubs, which obviously it's optional for you if you want to join, but the university requires you to at least choose which clubs would you like to join. And in your own free time, if you want to join some activities that they present to you, you can join. And if you don't, it's your decision. However, for scholarship students such as myself, which I want to speak more about, is that you have to attend these activities so that you can maintain the scholarship, which is fair enough because considering I'm an international student who just arrived from UK, the cost of university was originally 8,000 euros for me, but because I just spoke with some staff and they loved my energy, they said they reduced my scholarship by 50%. They reduced my cost of university by 50%, and now I pay 4,000 every year. And the only thing that they require from me is to do well in my studies and to just join some extracurricular activities. And overall, though, I just say that the university is a very great experience, and I encourage everyone to join here in the new academic year. Obviously, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you can see in the pictures, there's a lot of students from many different backgrounds, even Albanians as well, and they're all fun. I know a lot of them personally, which, to be honest, as a UK student, you don't really get involved with a lot of students, especially during college times. You just focus on studying and that's it. But in this university, you actually get to have a life. You meet new people, meet new friends. I have friendships right now, which I'm sure will last a lifetime, and that just makes the experience a lot more better for me. So I really hope more students would like to join. And if anyone wants any more questions, they can just ask me. whether in this whether now or whenever they join the university.
Well, thank you very much, Abdul. And actually, yes, I have a question for you. I see a lot of students asking about settling into the country. I know you mentioned that you've done friendships that might last a long time, which is great, amazing. But can you tell us more about how you settled in when you first arrived, with the staff, with the local students? How would you explain to students like coming as a new student to a new country? How was it?
Okay, firstly, it was very stressful as well because I've never really went to Albania before, but but to be honest, what boosted my confidence was the university itself because during during figuring out where I want to live, where I want to settle, outside of university, the university itself was really helpful with that. The staff would always just sometimes they would just call me on WhatsApp, just checking up on how I was doing during my admission process. Even before I even traveled to Albania, they recommended this place called Fole Residence, which I'm living there now, and they recommended an area that I should, areas to they would offer me, places that I can go visit, whether those are coffees or shops or groceries or places to just have fun, whether that's the beach. We have a very nice coast beach near Albania, in Albania near Tirana. And the university was very helpful with, recommending these places. Honestly, I thought they were, at that time, I thought they were trying to sell me more to not just study at the university, but just to move into the city because it was a nice place. And right now it's still a nice place, and I can't wait to go back to it right now. Um, yeah, but that's pretty much it. Obviously, as a new student from outside of Albania, you feel very stressed. You think new country, new language, new culture, that you would get stressed. But honestly, the people there are very nice. The culture is very rich, and I'm really interested in it. The language itself is it's not too difficult. Like I know some of it right now from a course that the university provides me for free. But it's not really a necessity because a lot of Albanians, most if not all Albanians, they know English. Even if they don't know how to respond to you, they will understand what you're saying and they will help you. And that's really what boosted my confidence because the language, even though the language was a barrier, it wasn't. It was the main focus. It was the main thing that I was worried about. But thankfully, I didn't really have issues with the language. Everything is close to you. Tirana is a small city, so whatever you need is always close by, whether that's by walking or by bus or anything, to be honest. I just walk, to be honest, unless I go to the university, I just use the bus. But any other thing, whether that's anything important, anything, just wanting to hang out outside, I just walk. So honestly, what boosted my confidence was just learning more about the city, learning what it has to offer, besides just the university. The city itself has a lot to offer with a lot of dishes, a lot of coffees, a lot of places to explore, a lot of museums as well, which is very interesting to view, which I recommend everyone to visit once or twice at least.
Wow, sounds like there's a lot of nice activities to do during your free time.
Yeah, yeah, to be honest, in UK, to be honest, I'm kind of introverted. I don't really go out much because there's not really much to do unless you go to. I live in Manchester, so a lot of people know the Old Trafford and the Arundel Mall, but besides those two, really there's not much to do. But in Albania, because it's a new place, there's actually a lot more to discover. And if you look more into it, there's a lot more that they say can offer, especially since Tirana is the capital city. There's a bunch of buses that you just pay €2 to €3. So say £1 to £2, which will take you to other cities. And there's especially this one city called Durrës, which has the coast beach there, which is a lot of students I know, a lot of students live there, and a lot of students just go there throughout the weekend, including me, just to hang out and see the place because it's a very amazing environment there with the mountain view and the coastal beach. You just never want to leave, to be honest.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Abdul. And I know you're staying with us for answering students' questions. So we'll have you join us again in the Q&A to go over some of the questions.
Of course, yeah.
Thank you very much for telling us about your experience for now.
Okay, thank you.
So WBU's October intake is still open, but spaces are running out. Fortunately, as a meddling students applicant, you can still get a seat at WBU and start your journey in medicine this fall. Book your free consultation so we can secure your place while there's still time. I know that the first step is always the most difficult one to make, but it's not as hard as you think. When you decide to make the first step with meddling students, your journey will begin with a one-to-one call with our expert academic advisors. We listen to your story first, and then we will guide you through it all. We'll talk to you about what subjects you've taken, what you're hoping to study, and what kind of experience you're looking for. Based on that, we'll narrow down the best universities for you, not just based on the entry criteria, but also the lifestyle, budget, and long-term career goals. So if you're unsure about where to study or how to choose, our advisors are here to make it simple. Whether you're aiming for medicine, dentistry, or considering a transfer, we'll help you explore every possibility to find the one that's right for you. Once you've chosen your university, the next step can feel like a maze if you do it alone. Paperwork, translations, notarizations, deadlines. Think of meddling students as your admissions team behind the scenes. We manage the documents, handle any translations or legal stamps, and make sure nothing slips through the cracks. If there's an entrance test or interview, we'll prepare you for that with the right materials, mock exams, and experts' feedback. Our goal is to make this process smooth and stress-free, so you can focus on preparing for this next chapter. Now, after getting your acceptance letter, it will be time for the big move. Going to a new country is exciting, but it can also feel like a lot. We know what it feels like, and that's why from the moment you arrive, we're there to meet you literally. We'll help you get set up with accommodation, whether it's a student's hostel or a private flat. We'll guide you through setting up a bank account, a local bank account, of course, getting a SIM card, sorting out your health insurance, and navigating your new city. Our on-ground teams are in every location where we have a partner university. So they are current and former students who've gone through the same experience and know what you'll need to know as someone new there. So it's not just about getting you there, it's about making sure you don't feel lonely in a new country, but see you as a second family there, so you feel like you're part of this community and you're part of this family. And once you've settled in and your courses begin, university's life will present new challenges. Academic pressure, navigating a new culture, staying on top of exams. So we stay connected for whatever help you might need. Maybe it's academic advice or helping prepare for assessments or someone to guide you through a difficult moment. All you'll have to do is give us a call or send us a text message and we'll be right there for you. We run ongoing support initiatives, including exclusive clinical skills sessions, exam preparation workshops, and networking opportunities with students and doctors across Europe. So no matter what comes your way, you're not in it alone. All of these ways in which we support are part of our Student Success Program, or the SSP, which we're very proud of. This isn't just about helping you apply to a university, it's about supporting you all the way through your journey, from the first phone call or to graduation, to the moment you step your foot into your job or your career life as a doctor or as a dentist. Now, here's what SSP includes. One-to-one guidance to help you choose the right university, full support with your application, entrance exam preparations, or interview coaching, help with your arrival, accommodation, banking, SIM card, settling in, altogether, ongoing academic and emotional support during your studies, and post-graduation support, including help registering with medical councils and planning your next steps. You'll also become part of our students community with access to resources, events, and a support system that makes a massive difference when you're studying abroad. So far, over 15,000 students have gone through the SSP with us, with a 99% success rate. It's one of the most trusted pathways to a career in medicine or dentistry. If you're serious about making this happen, Meddling Students gives you the structure, the support, and the community to get there. So that's how we support you from day one to the day you graduate. Now I can see many questions in the chat, and it's time for our Q&A. This is your chance to ask us anything, whether it's about admission, entrance exams, student life abroad, or your career path. Feel free to question everything here, to post your question. No question is too silly or too big or too small. So feel free to ask anything you want. Let's go through the questions. Oh, and by the way, if you'd prefer a private chat after the webinar, just scan the QR code on your screen. That will take you directly to a free personalized consultation with one of our expert academic advisors who can discuss your goals and your next steps and every question you have. So let's open the floor for the questions. And the first question is for Abdul. Abdul, are you with us?
Yes, hello.
Yeah, hello. Abdul, welcome again. There's a question here that I see a few students have asked. It's been repeated, and it's about practical skills. So what's one practical skill you've learned this year that really made you feel like a future dentist?
Oh yeah, when first year dentistry, we take dental materials and dental morphology, and what we do usually in practice is that we learn how to use composite and how we place it into these dummy patients which have these plastic teeth. You learn how to place the what was it, the composite material on top of it. It's like taking what was it, an image of the tooth, so that for future clinic pro stuff. Also, the fit, but that one we don't really focus much on practical in the first year. But what is something that we actually did do for like 2, 3 months was carving out soap or chalk into the shape of a tooth, so that you actually have to do it with each separate teeth in the mouth. But yeah, yeah, oh yeah, and the university will require each student or will provide them with these equipment that you will use them throughout the year. You will actually have to use them. And like in my apartment as well, I have at least 2 bags, what was it? I have like 8 pieces of soap, and each one is carved into like separate different teeth models. And it's kind of like a requirement from the university. And in this subject, dental morphology, if you do 2, 3 models decently well, you get 10%. You get 10% of your course. You get full marks and 10% of it. So yeah, but that's the only practical thing, to be honest, because most of it for UK students, anyone who took biology, chemistry, or maths A level, um, actually not maths, but mostly biology or chemistry. This year, the first year is basically a repeat of A levels of last year of A level, but it's a lot more easier, to be honest, because it's mostly they want you to understand the basic sciences, the basic stuff. Besides dental morphology and dental materials, you really don't learn much new stuff. But second, third year, that's where you actually learn more practical stuff.
Okay. Well, sounds like your first year was exciting. And now that you've completed your first year, is there anything you do differently if you were to start all over again, Abdul?
If I was to start all over, I would probably what was it? Um, Actually, probably I'd watch more videos, to be honest, on how to carve soaps, because the equipment that you use to carve out the soaps, they're actually kind of sharp. So I actually did cut myself a few times in the hand. So yeah, I'd probably try to learn more or listen to what the professor said more before trying it on my own at home. So yeah, that's probably one skill I'd ask. But besides that, I wouldn't really change my experience. I really had fun here.
Okay, well, that's a good point for the coming dentists that will be joining you now.
Yeah.
Okay, we will get back to you if we have more questions about the dentistry or the academics. But I do want to call in my colleague Miguel from admissions, because I have a lot of students asking about deadlines and when's the best time to apply. So I think Miguel is the best person to tell us more about this. Miguel, when would you advise students to start their application?
Yes, so of course, when it comes to the application process, there are several steps that you have to go through. First is the submission of the application itself. Sometimes you will have interviews that you have to do. You have as well the entrance exam, and later on, some may require to apply for the visa. So because of these many steps, I, out of experience, will recommend for students to apply as soon as possible. I'll recommend for you guys to get on a call with our academic advisors as soon as possible so that you can choose your university and begin the application process as soon as possible.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Miguel. Just to emphasize, as Miguel said, Europe is becoming very popular, and we see this from the number of students we speak to. It's actually become a plan A for many students. So it is becoming more and more popular, a common destination for a lot of international students, not just specific people, but we speak to students from every corner of the world. It's very important to apply early to make sure that you boost your chances to be accepted at the university of your choice. Okay, next question. Good question here. I see about language barriers and if they need to learn the language. So speaking about whether you need to know the language before you start your studies or not, the good news is that Europe has offered courses that are fully taught in English. You're not expected to know anything of the language when you join the course, but the university will be helping you learn the language as part of their curriculum. So you will be having a few hours a week to learn the local language, and the university does this to help you settle into the country, to help you learn the basics of the language. And if you would like to improve your language or take extra classes outside the university, you can do that. So no, you're not required to learn the language to join the course. The course, everything related to medicine or dentistry is in English. And regarding language barrier, because some students are asking for the purpose of the studies and some students are asking about the lifestyle there, if language barrier is an issue. The best thing also about Europe is because it's become quite popular and they have a lot of international students and they're introducing or attracting international students every year and more students. A lot of people now speak English because we look at the shop owners, the supermarkets, the business owners, they all speak a bit of the language as they've been living with international students for a few years now. And it's common now, they attract more and more international students. So don't worry, you're not going to struggle with the language, and there's always Google Translate or the applications that you can download on your phones. We don't hear from students at all a struggle with the language barrier when they're going there. Now, we won't be able to answer all of your questions now, but you can always let us know what your questions are by booking a call, one-to-one free consultation by scanning the QR code on the screen, and we'll respond to you after. We would love to go over the questions. I see a lot of students asking questions, but we are tight on time. However, before we close, I want to highlight something special that's made a big difference for hundreds of students. We've brought back our exclusive webinar 2-for-1 offer, and it's only available for a limited time. Here's how it works. When you begin your journey with Medlink students, you'll have the opportunity to apply to a second university at no extra cost. That means more options, more flexibility, and double the chance to secure a place without any extra paperwork or stress. We'll handle all the documents, guide you through the entrance exams, and support both applications with the same expert care. This offer is limited to the first 30 students or until next Thursday, whichever comes first. To claim it, simply scan the QR code on your screen or visit medlinkstudents.com/241. If you've been waiting for the right moment, this is it. And that brings us to the end of today's webinar. If you have any questions or just want to talk it through with someone, our team is just a message or a call away from you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Take care, and we'll see you soon.